Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our church this evening. Nice to see so many. You haven't all been to Southend. Our medium tonight in church is Billy Wakely. Welcome, Billy. That's you, yeah. And for those watching us online, Lainey Baine is waiting in the wings to join you later. And I'll now invite Billy to open our service in prayer for us, and this will be followed by the Lord's Prayer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Thank you. Join me in prayer, please. I'd like to ask my guides and helpers to draw through closer, to help your friends, family, loved ones to connect with us this evening, sharing their world and their love with us. May I ask that I'm able to work within the love and the light, and that we all may find happiness in our service. Amen.
Amen.
Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses,
as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, power, and glory, forever and ever. Amen. I will now light our church candle and invite those of you at home, if you can, to light your own candles. And as I do this, I invite you to ask your loved ones in spirit to draw close to us now, so that we may feel their love and presence all around us. May this be the candle to enlighten us all, the light of strength and love that spreads all around the world, the fire that enables us to burn out all our pride, our selfishness, and the impurities that are within us. May it be the flame that brings warmth to our hearts, warmth to our families, our neighbours, our friends, and all those around us, and those we meet on our life's journey, and all those who need it most. I'll ask you now to join me in sending out love and light to all those in need of healing tonight. Loving thoughts and prayers create a strong healing energy that can reach all around the world, to all the people and places that need it most. I'll begin by reading the names from our church healing book and then offer a healing prayer. And tonight our prayers are asked for Darren, Claire, Derrin, Talia, Elfie, Tanya, Lorraine, Jim, Kath, Chris, Elaine, Thor, Claire and family, Fran, Veronica, Joan, Sil, Colin, Terry, Robert, Jake, Linda, Danny, Lucy, Leanne, Baby Daisy, Spencer, Maggie, Frank, Kelly, Annabelle, Bobby, Richard, Brenda, Alison, Ken, Bethany and Amelia, Tony D, Tony Senior, Buster the Rabbit, Sarah, Linda Weeks, David, Donna, Frank, Alan, Jill, Jenny W and Jenny S. Rosemary, Rosanna, Karen, Dave, Carolyn, Lucian, Daniel, Debs Lancaster, Mia Thomas, and her daughters Sophie, Lily, Thaler, and also Dee Hunt. Dear Heavenly Father, we join together now to send our thoughts of healing, love and light around the world to all those in need of healing, both physically and emotionally. And we ask that it will also reach and protect our animal kingdom and the world of nature that is all around us. We pray that our energy may reach those who are cold or homeless tonight, and all those less fortunate than ourselves, wherever they may be. May our thoughts and energy bring love, calm, and peace to everybody. And we ask this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Saviour. Amen.
Amen.
We'll now have 1 minute's silence so that you can send out your own personal thoughts and prayers to all those in need, those whose names we've read tonight, and any you may now think of privately. This will be broken by the singing of the hymn, Gracious Spirit, the words of which are in the front of your book.
Precious Spirit of thy goodness, hear our anxious prayer. Take thou the funds to our suffering, with thy tender care. Coming Father, hear us, hear us. Gracious Spirit, may thy presence share the healing ray, turning all their nights of darkness into glorious day. Coming Father, hear us, hear us. Precious Spirit, shows our heaven, we their light and light. Lead them to the heavenly kingdom, safely by thy side. Loving Father, hear us, hear us.
I will now invite Peter to bring us our Bible reading for this evening.
Evening all. Lovely full church again. Welcome to our little church on this Palm Sunday, the beginning of the spiritual week. Tonight's reading shows that love is indispensable. We've spoken many times about brotherly love. Inspirational gifts, we are seeking a little deeper into the needs of God. You may note that the scripture states that the manifestation of the Spirit is given for the common good. These gifts are given to us to work together in love to build a better world. Also remember, Jesus Christ said, "No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love him. Cast your mind to the Middle Ages of pagans and try to explain our present day communications, travel, and wealth. All three statements just mentioned are coming into being, and yet more our mind cannot conceive. As I go through reading, cast your minds on each of the gifts set out. They're all encompassing world without end. There is no end. We cannot be destroyed. We cannot die. Life on earth and in spirit is like a spiral, always moving up and improving. We're all part of that spiral. Everything between heaven and earth is given for the common good. None of us are sole owners of anything. We must share. This is brotherhood. The reading is spiritual gifts from Corinthians 1. Now about gifts of the Spirit, brothers and sisters. I do not want you to be uninformed. You know that when you were pagans, somehow or other, you were influenced and led away by mute idols. Therefore, I want you to know that no one is speaking by the Spirit of God says Jesus is cursed, or no one can say that Jesus is Lord except by the Holy Spirit. There are different kinds of gift, but the same gift distributes them. There are different kinds of service, but the same Lord. There are different kinds of working, but in all of them, in every one, is the same God at work. Now to each one, the manifestation of the Spirit is given for the common good. To one there is given through the Spirit a message of wisdom, to another a message of knowledge by means of the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another gifts of healing by that one Spirit, to another miraculous powers, to prophecy, to another distinguishing between spirits, to another speaking in kinds of tongue, and to still another the interpretation of tongues. All these are the work of one and the same Spirit, and he distributes them to each one just as he determines. God bless that reading. Thank you.
It's now time for those of you who are watching us online to leave us here in church and be joined by Rob and Lainey, who will guide you through the rest of our service. We thank you for joining us tonight and look forward to seeing you all again soon.
Good evening, everyone. Afternoon, morning, wherever you are. Okay, so I'm Lainey Baine. Hello. I'm just going to say hello to everyone I've seen so far on here. All right. So we've got Jenny, Jill, Karen, Nicola, Michelle, Dinah, Mia, Maya, Debs, Sarah, Karen, Jenny, Rebecca, Dee, Christine, Lisa, Mandy, Dominique. I love that name, by the way, Dominique. It's got a lovely little quang to it. I love that name. Anyway, so what I'd like on Kerry Mack as well. Hello, Kerry, you've just joined us. And Lisa, if I haven't mentioned Lisa. No, I've mentioned Lisa. But the other one is Kerry Mack. All right. Let's add you to my list, Kerry. All right. So there we go. All right. So there we go. Right. So if I can ask each and every, hi, Sarah. Yeah, there you go. I mentioned you just now. Anyway, so what I'd like each and every one of you to do, please, is start thinking about who you'd like to hear from, and just write. No, don't all put it down. Stop right now. Okay, I'm drawn to you. I will ask you if you can put down who you would like to hear from, and we'll go from there. Okay, so thank you so much. Okay, so I'd like first off to come to Nicola Ruth Leach, please. If you're still there, Nicola. You have to excuse the dodgy throat as well, because I'm just dodgy. Okay, so, oh, thank you, Debs. You should see the bigger one I've got to my left. Let's see if I can get round. There you go. Look at the size of her. This one is Lizzie McCoo, to Stephen Brown print. Oh, I love Stephen Brown work. Anyway, so hello, Nicola. Could you tell me who you'd like to hear from, please, my lovely, and we can go from there. Okay, so just their first name and also just their connection to you. All right, no other, just that. All right, so here we go. So this is Nicola. Okay, so have you put who you'd like? Hello, Chloe. Hope it's all going well. It's not far from the due date. Woohoo! Okay, so whilst you're waiting for Nicola, your Nan Lily. All right, my lovely. So Nan Lily. Okay, so good evening, Dominique. All right. So right, so here we go. So Nicola and your Nan Lily. All right, I will. Nicola, would you understand about your nan just being like, I just feel like I'm getting the word vivacious, a vivacious character, somebody that was just like over the top crazy wonderful, but just somebody that was larger than life, loud, and again, I don't mean shouty, just she was just enthusiastic about life, about moving on with things and getting things done. And then I feel like as she got that little bit older, it's almost like it was like fading away. It just got that little bit, it's like the dimmer switch, it just went down. But that makes sense to you, please, my lovely. Where else are we going? Okay. Okay, thank you. I'm just reading Amanda Barrymore. Hello, Lainey, my bestie. Hi there. Okay. Oh, where else? Okay. Oh, yeah. Would you also understand, please, Nicola, that your nan would get distracted by things, and no disrespect to you, Amanda, but distracted by things. But also, it's just like it's almost like she was on another planet at times. And I just feel like, not in a horrible way, but just like she's saying away with the fairies is how she's making me feel there. But she says it was such a smile and a laugh in her voice. Okay, if that makes sense to you. All right. Show me, please. Okay. Your nan says it's like she's got her eyebrows, but in a furrow. So it's like this kind of thing, okay? But she just makes me feel like she had. Would you understand, please? Is I can't see if she's actually frowning or she just had this stern look on her face at times. But she's saying it wasn't stern for her; it was concentration, and she just makes me laugh at that. If that makes any sense to you, Nicola, all right? But she's showing me that there's a photograph that you guys have got of her, and it's her, and it's just like you just caught her at this really daft moment, and it's captured her face, her expression, okay? And it's just something that you can look back on and laugh, because one, it just obviously reminds you of her, but also the memory that goes with that, but also how much you will miss her, if that makes sense too. I will, thank you. She's putting glasses on me as well. And I feel like I keep putting my glasses down, but I need my glasses to find my glasses, if that makes sense as well. And completely scatterbrained is how I feel with your nan. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean that as in like she reminds me of myself. But I just feel that there's just putting things down and forgetting where they are. Okay. I will, thank you. But now she's playing music, and I feel like I've got not the radio or the telly, but I just feel I've got noise, not noise, but something on in the background as well. But I also have this, it's like the radio, telly, but something on as I was dying. And I feel it's just on in the background because she knew I liked it, if that makes sense to you. I will, thank you. Now, this could just be my dinner I've wolfed down earlier, but I just feel as well is that there was problems with keeping my food down in the end. There was problems with just feeling sick all the time, and I feel like I'm doing this with my body now, and I just feel like just want to almost like I'm jigging myself around and just saying, "Oh, I just need to feel better," but it wouldn't work. It just feel like I was having problems with keeping it down, and she just said, bit of a drastic way to go on a diet, but I just feel with her sense of humour as well, if this makes sense to you. Okay, show me. She's given me the name Paul as well. And I also have June or Jude. Looks like a J-U, okay, but female. June or Jude. I do apologise, can't fully see it. I will, thank you. And I've just been given my pen as well. And I'm just doing this like I'm trying to concentrate. But what she's saying is like, I don't know if you're having problems around you at the moment whereby you're needing to write something down. Now, by writing, we can refer to computers, whatever, but I just feel pen. She says that's what pens are for. But she says always have a pen to hand. And she's just saying about writing down what's in here and writing it down here. And I just feel that there was something about her stories, her things that she loved doing and talking about and sharing as well, if that makes sense. And I don't know again what's going on in your life at the moment, Nicola, but I feel very drawn to the fact that I want to be sharing my stories, as in your stories that you have of your nan Lily. Okay. And it's going with there. Okay. She's just given me the month of June as well. And she's taking me to around about the 16th of June. And I can't see what that is at the moment. Show me. Birthday, anniversary, passing. Show me. Okay, thank you. She makes you feel like it was a anniversary of a passing, okay? Because she's just putting a lily down for the lily. Okay, that's how she's showing me. All right. I will, thank you. She just gave me the name Joe as well. And actually, she gave me Joe Swash, actually. I don't know if any of you are watching the new series with Joe and Stacey Solomon. It's hysterical. But your nan would have loved that, is how she makes me feel. And she just loves their pickle cottage and everything that goes with it. But she's also saying, I just loved the countryside as well. Now, I can't see what house or property she lived in, but she just makes me feel like that's what I was looking on to towards the end of my life. That's what I saw in here as opposed to actual physical out of the window, if that makes sense. Does this make any sense to you at all, Nicola, please? I will. She's also taking me to April, and I know we're in April now. We are in April now, but I just feel there that I want to come towards. Oh, okay. What are we on now? The 13th of April. I feel like it was last week, but I feel like there was a birthday, but also an anniversary of a passing, please. And I feel that's in the first 2 weeks of April. Okay. I will, thank you. Your nan Lily, okay. And she's singing now, but she didn't quite have a voice like Lily Dietrich, or how to pronounce the word. But she's just saying, no, just put your teeth back in, she says. And Lily the blink, pinker pink. She's now singing that song to me as well. I don't know if this has got memory links to you, but I just feel like I'm just want to keep singing. But Lily the pinker pink. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, so she's passed on the 9th. So blessings to you. All right. And but she's singing Lily the pinker pink, actually. So we won't ignore that either. And she just so much fun. And I just feel like it's one of those where I want to switch the light off and just say that's like it was. I've just switched the light off and gone to bed. And that's how she just makes you feel there. But to let you all know, I'm all right. I'm okay, and I'm just readjusting my necklace that I've got on under here. But she says there's something about her necklace and little bits of jewelry, and she just says it wasn't anything major, just little bits that are going to different people. Okay, don't argue over it all. She says it will be sorted. All right, it will be sorted. But I, as in your nan, will be with all of you. And she's giving me 2 gentlemen, and I will, thank you. She's just saying that I'm over here now, she says, and we're having a bit of a knees up. I can do that now because my knees are okay, if that makes sense to you. I feel like I could be here all night with your nan Lily, and she's just an absolute somebody that would have been part of the community as well. And especially where she lived towards the end of her life. I know she had like an actual group of people around her, like friends and that as well, community. But I just feel that I'm part and parcel of that community also. This lady loved you all to bits, okay? And I will. And that just happened to my throat there, but I just feel like there's still that, when you're like, you've been crying so much, it's that kind of feeling at the end as well. And she's just saying they're only tears of love. That's what it is that's grief. That's grief for you, she says, but you can get on with it. And I lived a blooming good life because I had you lovely lot around me. That is how she makes me feel. So no saying woulda, shoulda, couldas. It is what it is. I'm now going back for a cuppa. All right. So that's just her way of saying to you, Nicola, please let them all know that I love you and adored you all so, so much. And thank you for my flowers. Okay. And she's just doing that because I feel like they were laid with her. Okay. I will, thank you. Would you also very quickly understand that the flowers were laid that were used for her service were laid or are going to be laid on the grave or the plot of other family members as well. Okay, so just letting you know, they are all aware. I've got to stop because I've got to crack on with other people. So Nicola, please, please be well, she says, and look after your bits. No idea. So whatever you take from that. All right. So thank you, my lovely. Okay. Let me have a look down my little list here. Okay. So I'm going to go to Karen Lark if you're there, please, Karen. Karen Lark. Okay. If I can, Lisa and Mia and everybody and Vicky. Hi, Vicky. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So have we got Mandy Mills as well there? Hi, Mandy. Michelle. Hi, Mandy. And Michelle. Hiya. And Christine. Is where are we? Karen Lark around still? If not, we'll go to Mo May. Hi, Mo. Okay, so let me have a look. Dinah or Dina Fitzgerald if Karen is not around. So whoever comes up first on that screen, okay? Karen Lark or Dina. Okay, fine. If you're not there, that's absolutely fine. All right. So we'll cross you off of there. Okay. Right, there we go. So let's go down my list. Hi, Jill and Sam and Maisie. All right. Oh, Dina. How do you pronounce that? Okay. Karen Lark. Hi, Hazel Mum. Right, Dina, don't go away. Karen Lark wants her mum. Okay, so Karen, mum. Okay. Right, so Dina, thank you very much for that, Dina. So much easier for my brain to put up with there. All right, I've written it down, Dina. All right, but we're going to work with Karen at the moment, so don't all give up. Okay, let's see how we go. So Karen wants Hazel, her mum. Okay, Karen wants Hazel, her mum. Okay, thank you, Hazel. Karen, would you understand, please? I just feel like I know Mum had trouble with her body overheating, power surges, or some people call them power, hot flushes. But I just feel power surges. We own it, yeah. But she's just saying she should have owned it. But I just feel all hot and sweaty, and I just feel like I just want to take my clothes off, but I'm not going to. Don't worry, okay. But Mum just makes me feel like it was something about her body temperature that she just had a lot of trouble with. That time of her life is what she's saying. I had that kind of trouble, but it was just something that she was dealing with and was coming towards the end of. But I just still feel that was around her passing as well. There was something about her temperature also, if that makes sense. Okay. Show me, Hazel. Okay, thank you. I'm just doing that because I'm just asking. Now, come on, show me. And I'm just saying, like, put it here, so I can see it. And she's just saying, well, what do you want to see? I've just told you I took all my clothes off, but she's laughing. I just feel there was also something about her laugh as well. I will, thank you. She's saying she likes my nail varnish, so there's something drawing me to the nails and the nail varnish as well. But just all the little pretty things. I feel like if I'd seen her, just met her anywhere. She would compliment me on whatever I'm wearing or my hair or my fingernails. She was that kind of kind person, and she saw people for who they truly were. And I feel like there's more connotations in that. She saw people for who they truly were. And I could have an argument with somebody or a few words with someone probably about 42 years ago and forget what it was, but I'll never talk to them again. Okay, it's how she makes you feel there. But she says it with laughter and with love, because it's like we laugh and put so many things in the front of our lives when actually we should just live our lives and put a lot of things behind us. Would that make sense to you, please, Karen? Oh, bless you. Thank you. Your mum is also giving me the impression that she's show me. She wants to wipe your tears, but I feel it's not just you. There's show me. There's yourself, Hazel. Mum is Hazel, but for you, Karen, I feel like I want to wipe the tears. But I don't know if you've got a sister that's very close to your age, or there's another female but very close to your age. I can't see if it's a sister or a daughter. Where are you going now? Show me then. I feel like I'm getting annoyed with her now. She's just tell me, because I just want to give you this information. And your mum's going, yeah, but I've got to write it down first. Hold on a minute. So she's writing down stuff. All right. And I feel she was one of those for her shopping list, her things that she wanted, if that makes sense to you. Okay. I've just gone blank. Right. Not me. I just feel mum has just gone blank. She says, can you put me back on the right track? I feel like she's got fibromyalgia. I don't know if she had fibro, but I have. But that's how she's making me feel with being all over the show. But I also feel like I want to sit down and I want to be serious about things at times. And I feel like I want to be talking to everybody before I died. I want to be talking to you, to the family, just to say, right, I've sorted this out, and this out. But I just feel whatever she wanted, some of it was tweaked and not quite done how she'd wanted it, if that makes sense. It's not said in a judgmental way. It's said in a way that it worked better for all of you, because I was already in spirit. I'm fine, she says, but it just makes, as long as it worked for you guys. Would you understand this, please, Karen? I will, thank you. Now, if mum had, I don't know if it was like a mark or a mole or something on her face, but she's drawing me to this. So this is my left side of my face, okay? But she's drawing me to, like, I don't know if it's like a little mole or something, a little mark, a scar, but something around about here on the left side of her face, please, okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm just saying thank you to mum, but also thank you to you, Karen. So, I will, thank you. Would you understand also, please, because she's showing me a necklace, but it has her name. But you know, like it's all that nice filigree or whatever it is writing, Hazel, okay? And there's something about that's yeah, so she's just showing me that as well. Okay. Thank you. And I'm being given the name Barry as well, all right? And I feel Barry here on the earth plane as opposed to in oh, I can't feel whether he's here or there. I can't see, so I do apologise. Put the name Barry anyway. Where are you going now? Thank you. Your mum's giving me August as well as a special month. And I feel like I want to be raising a glass. So I feel like it's an anniversary, but also I will, thank you. October time, but I feel that there's somebody in the family that is an out and out Scorpio. Okay. Now I'm a Scorpion, caught on the cusp with Libra. So, but my main tendencies are Scorpions, is Scorpio. But I just feel this person is a major Scorpio. So they've got a proper sting in their tail. But I feel also there's somebody that are larger than life in their character. And I feel that they loved your mum to bits as well. Okay. And they've found losing mum as being a lot harder on them than they thought that they could cope with. All right, if this makes sense to you. Your mum makes you feel like she was quite close with her mum. I say quite close as opposed to very close, just quite close with her mum, because she says, we're sitting together and we're sitting in silence, she says, because it's like, otherwise we won't shut up. And I feel mum and her mum, so it'll be your nan, would have liked to do a lot of talking, okay? They're just laughing and said, we haven't shut up one bit. Okay, show me now. Show me. Okay, I'm also being given okay, mushy peas. Okay, but we're talking proper processed mushy peas, and I just feel here that that's something your mum's also going. Bleh. So I feel like she's quite partial to certain foods, but others. No, I'm not touching that. One, it's green, and two, it's mushy peas. And that's how I feel mum was with her food, especially towards the end of her life, if that makes sense to you. All right. I'm just trying to get like evidential evidence that it's very specific information for you from your loved ones. Okay. So if that makes sense, please. I also want to say to you, Karen, is I just feel like I want to. I will, thank you. I think I said at the beginning of this that I want to sit down and go through things and be quite serious about things. But with your mum, she just makes you feel like I am listening to everything you tell me. Even when you think, oh, she's not listening, she's not there, she's not around, I've got no signs, that sort of thing. How many more signs do you need? Because she is just somebody that's always around you. She also, I will, thank you. I have I have lit a candle. It is there, all right? But it's not very bright once that thing's on top. But that's what she's saying. There's little lights around you that shows you that I am around you, she says, that we are around you. She has a little girl with her as well, a little girl, but I'm being shown this as opposed to a child. I just feel like baby wise, okay, a little baby girl with her. And she says, we are okay. We're enjoying the sunshine. I don't mind the rain, she says, but we're enjoying the sunshine more so. Karen, I just feel like I want to give you a thank you and a compliment, because what you did for me at the end of my life is you made sure I had this respect and dignity. Okay, and that's she just saying thank you for that, because that's something that she makes me feel like she couldn't have actually said that to you at the very, very, very end. Okay, hopefully that will make sense. You are an incredibly strong woman, an incredibly strong daughter. You remember that anytime you doubt that. Okay, so please remember that and please take her love. All right, thank you, Karen. Okay, so who? Dina. Okay, Dina Fitzgerald, you there, my darling? Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling, Dina Fitzgerald. Okay, so you're so welcome. Hopefully that made sense to you, Karen. Okay, so once Rob's found Dina, Dina, Fitzgerald. All right. So let me have a look, because I'm sure I saw your name up there just now. Who you wanted? You're here. So who would you'd like to hear from, please, Dina? Thank you, Karen. Okay. Who would you like to hear from, please, Dina? Okay. Hi, Sarah Ann. Okay. So we've got you. Let's have a look through my people here. You, Dad, if possible. Okay. Thank you, my lovely. Okay. Okay. Dina, would you understand, please, regarding your dad? I just feel like I'm having trouble with my breathing, but I feel I've had a lot of me, Lainey, has had a problem with my asthma this afternoon, just prior, and I've had to take my puffers. But I just feel as well, and my throat and that, and I just feel with your dad, it just makes me feel like I had a lot of problems with my breathing. I will. He says my breathing apparatus is what he's calling it. Okay. There's something about that. My breathing apparatus. All right. Okay. Um I will. He's given me the name Steve or Stephen as well. Okay. Steve or Stephen as well. COPD. Thank you, my darling. All right. So, but it was, would you understand about problems with his breathing apparatus? But that's what he's referring to his lungs as. All right. I have my breathing with my lungs, my apparatus. But he's also gives me a feeling as well that, I don't know if he had buck teeth, but he showed me the top of his teeth. And I feel like there was something very distinctive about his teeth. Okay. So thank you for confirming that about the nebulizer. All right. It was and I don't feel like I'm swearing, but I feel like I would say, yeah, blooming thing or word to that effect. Okay. And you can take Stephen. Thank you. I just feel as well, it's just like your dad's going, oh my gosh, I'm here. Yeah. Okay, because I just feel like no to this, like spiritualism, but actually, was there? I don't know really. And it's just like, but it's true, and I just feel he's quite excited about coming through, but also the fact that wow, I can be around you all now if that makes sense to you. Okay, and you can take the teeth as well. Thank you. Okay, he's now just going, and he's saying, "Come here, girl." All right, and I just feel like it reminds me of what is that show? What is that show? Not Only Fools and Horses. No, he's not Only Fools and Horses. The other one on the scrapyard, whatever that was called. Dum 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 dum. Okay, but he's laughing. And it never got through my mum. Mum always crosses him. Well, we'll put mum to one side. He's here. That's why he's always excited. Okay, so okay, I will. Steptoe, thank you, Sarah. And I knew somebody would know, but Steptoe and Son. But you know, the gnarly old bloke in that's what your dad reminds me of. And he's saying, no, I was better looking. And your dad, I just feel like his sense of humour, his character. Okay. He just makes me feel like he was and he was a character, definitely. All right. But that kind of character as opposed to looking like him. Okay, as I say, he didn't. I was better looking, he says. Okay. He's I will, thank you. He says, if you want, he says, I'm going to tell you now, I've got the best body ever now, he says. I've got a few feathers growing out the back because I'm working on being that angel. But he's laughing his head off as he says that because I feel like your dad, apart from being a total character, if he couldn't get it done himself, he'd know a man who could. That kind of character, okay? And I just feel there that he's just somebody that I want to. Oh, okay. I don't know if I did like what's that coal? But he's putting a bag, but this is going back years, but he's putting a big bag of coal on his back and that lumping that around. And I just feel like he says, no, it's the luck of the Irish. He says, what? Anyway, but he's just saying about the coal. You know, when somebody get married, oh, okay, we'll go there. But you know, when somebody gets married and they say, oh, you have a lump of coal for good luck. He's giving you a bag full of coal as well. All right. He says, you need a bit of luck right now. All right. So that's what his way of giving that to you. Plus, it won't make any mess because he doesn't want any mess. All right. There was enough of that I left behind, if that makes sense to you, for everybody to clear up. All right. And he quotes, oh, bless him. Yeah. But he's talking about the luck as well, but he's doing that with this. All right. So he won't ignore that. Okay. But it's just him. He would just do anything for everyone. If there was a good cuppa in it, and he says a good brew is what he's saying, not a cuppa, but a good brew and maybe a few biscuits. Be talking biscuits. Of biscuits, okay? And I just feel like I'm dunking, I'm eating, I'm dunking, I'm eating. And it's like, I don't know if he had diabetes, but I just feel like I'm eating and I shouldn't be eating certain things because they wouldn't do me very good. But he says, you only live once, he says. And he's just saying, okay, thank you. Where are you going there? Now, I don't know if I had issues with his teeth, but I'm feeling pain in my bottom left jaw. Okay, but in my teeth. So I'm thinking that could be mine. Hopefully not. Okay, so we'll figure that one out if you can take it. If it's either him or yourself or somebody very close to you having problems with their teeth, and we're looking at the bottom left jaw. Okay, now I don't know if there's somebody's broken their tooth or something, but your dad's saying, "Oh, I'll put a filling in there. Don't you worry. Get a bit of blue tack and a bit of glue, and we'll fill it up." All right, and that's you for that. Okay, so yeah, but he's just saying, "Oh, come here." Right. He's got, you said you got choice, all right? You either get the pliers, don't do it. You get the string, tie it around your tooth and the door, pull it out, or you go and see the dentist. Okay. And he's saying, your choice. And he's given you that choice because he says, it's your choice. And I feel this is more than just the teeth. This is whatever's going on in your life other than the tooth. Okay. It's your choice no matter what. Okay. It is your choice. And again, no idea what, but that's just what he's telling me there. He says, I've lost a bit of weight and he's doing up his belt because I feel like towards the end of his life, he lost, I say a bit, he lost a lot. And he's almost like making me feel like that had more shape to it than he did in the end, is how he makes me feel. He just makes you feel like he was very, very, uh, he's saying svelte, okay? That is just like, you know, sexy, sort of whatever. But it was just makes me feel like that pen had a better shape to it than he did towards the end of his life, okay? Or at the end. He's just saying about, I loved that you all treated me like, not like nothing was wrong, but you all came round. You all, not all at the same time, but you all sort of, there were pockets of you, is what he's saying. But you talked and you laughed and you tried to make it, you were worried, but you tried to make it so normal. And he was and he just makes you feel like he just, so it makes you feel like you don't say thank you. And all it did was made me love you all even more. And I'm sorry I never got to physically or verbally say that to you, because I just feel like I couldn't breathe to get the words out. My nose is no longer running, he says, and he's just saying, oh, yeah, damn nose, okay? And I just feel like there's something about his nose and the problems with his nose as well, all right? But he's just saying, no, me conch. He's calling it his conch, okay, as opposed to nose, all right? I've got me mate over here now, and he's saying, "Who are you calling that?" Norman Wisdom. Okay, we won't ignore the name Norman, but if this is your wisdom tooth as well, please, because that's what he's saying. Wisdom, okay, but also the name Norman, but also the character Norman Wisdom, and the laughing, the slapdash fun. Okay, if that makes sense to you. Okay, I just want to. Oh, bless him. I know I'd say I'd like to talk about the rest of the family, but I could do it as a private reading, but we're trying to get through as many as I can, but I'm not doing well so far, am I? But your daddy's saying you were probably not the apple in his eye, but the pip. All right. And he just says you were so tiny, and now look what you're grown up to. All right. And grown into. And he says, you know, you are do so many things that I loved, and you are so much like me in that way, if that makes sense. Although you are better looking. He says that reluctantly, but you are better looking. Okay, but he says it with such absolute love. All right. I will. And as I did this, the light changed. It's there you go, it's changing again. Thank you. My lights either side of me aren't changing, but the lights in the back of me are changing. I don't know if you noticed that, but your dad's saying that that's what's happening at home. Lights keep changing. It's not your electrics. The lights cheap. Oh, okay. In your lounge, if you've got a light in the right hand side of your lounge, okay, I just feel like there's a light there that keeps just gently flickering, or just, you know, going off and on or whatever, but it just keeps changing. All right. He says, that's not me. You need to get an electrician in. But he's laughing again. Okay. That was a joke. All right. Don't be like me. You've got to be like you, he says. But little traits are like me. But it just makes you more lovelier. Okay. And I've got to leave it there because he just gives so much love. But can you say hello to them all for me? And November is taking me to November, and he says, you all have a good beer up for me. He says, not booze up, but a beer up for me. All right. If that makes sense. So to you, my lovely, you take care. All right. Oh, bless you. And I know, like Mia, you're saying such a funny guy and that, and it just the way he comes through, but also Harry made me feel he's just such a funny guy. So yeah. So excuse me, I'm going to cough now. Okay, right, bring that back. Okay, who was I just talking to? Right. I don't know who I was just talking to. Who was I talking to? Dina. Thank you. Okay, so just cross you off there. All right. So Lisa Bennett, please, if we can come to Lisa Bennett, if you're still there, my lovely. Dina, thanks so much. Lainey really needs that reading. Oh, thank you. You're so welcome. But what I say a great man. He says, can't build me up anymore, he says. I'm on the pedestal already, but you keep building me up. I'll fall off, he says. But he says, I'll go, I'm going to say it politely, bum over boob, but we'll put the rude words in, he says. All right, but we're in a public arena, and he's very like, oh, no, don't swear in front of the ladies. All right. Okay, so who was I asking for? Right, forgotten who I asked for. Oh, dear me. Oh, right. Okay. I'm just going to go to Mia. Can you put Mia up, please, Rob? Mia Thomas. Oh, thank you, my lovely. So Mia Thomas, my nan, Maureen, and Grandad Fred. Okay. So Mia, Maureen and Fred, Nan, Grandad, Fred. Right. Okay. So as I'm writing that down, Mia, I feel like these two are. It's like they're. What would you call that? No, you don't look like that. Oh, bless you. Okay. I've got a fish. It's not even a tank. It's an aquarium. It's about a ton of blooming fish and that over there. But anyway, I only live in a pokey one-bedroom flat, but the fish tank is bigger than the flat, more or less. Anyway, moving swiftly on, right? Lisa, don't ignore me. Don't ignore me. Right, I'll come to you in a minute, my lovely. I've just forgotten who I'd asked, so let me just put your name down there. Okay. Right. Okay. So Mia. Maureen. Right. I was just saying about the fish tank, right? There is a reason. You know, like you get the little magnets, okay, one on the inside and one on the outside. You put them together and you can clean the glass, all right? Because initially I saw the magnets as like, you know, polar opposites, your nan and granddad, but actually they said no, we might have been seemed like polar opposites, but actually we were there and we helped each other through a lot, and I feel there was a lot of respect and a lot of love there, but sometimes there was almost like a window between us. So I don't know if it makes sense to you, but they're taking me through to lockdown, although I don't feel they were here during lockdown. But I'm being, you know, like you're looking for a window. We can't get to you because you're through a window, if that makes sense to you at all. Okay. Yeah, if that makes sense to you, please. Okay. Oh, brilliant. Thank you. But it's that the window as well. And I just feel like it's almost, oh, bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Would you understand, please, Mia, that at the moment, this moment now, where you live, if you look around you, there's a window right near where you are sitting, okay? And I just feel sometimes I look out that window or look towards that window, and it's like they're standing there. Sometimes there's the two of them, but sometimes there's just one or the other, okay? And thank you for confirming about the COVID side of it as well, okay? But that's just that they're there, they're around you. Now, this window, I don't know if it's your door with a window in it, or it leads out into the garden or the outside world, okay? But that's what I'm being drawn to, and it's like I want to take you out into the garden or the garden area, and I just want you to sit down and just take some time out. And that's how your nan and granddad make me feel. It's like you need a bit of Mia time. Mia. Okay. Your granddad's going, Mia. And it was Mia Bella is what he's saying as well. And you see them in the corner of your eye in the window. Thank you very much. All right. But your granddad is just saying, Mia Bella. Okay. Now I can't see, we won't ignore the name Belle or Bella as well, but he's also saying how much he loved you all. I wasn't sometimes the best man in the world, but I feel I was a best man, if that makes sense. And I feel like this is towards, he says about his brother, and he was somebody's best man. It feels like his brother's best man. And I feel like there was, your mum says Mia Bella, wonderful, okay. But he's also about being the best man. And I can't see if this is granddad being the best man, but he's saying about brother and best man, okay, if that makes any sense to you. All right, I can try and look into that a bit more, but as long as it makes sense to you. All right. I will. Your nan says, don't think I haven't forgotten you. Don't you think that at all, okay? Because you're just saying, come on, get over for, my words past your granddad, okay? So I feel like it's his turn to talk, she says. And so don't worry, I've been out in the garden, I've been putting me There's something about putting the smalls out on the line in the garden, okay? And I just feel your nanny's like me. She makes me feel like I would never put the smalls out, although they were larger smalls, but I would never put me large smalls out in the garden, okay? For the world to see. No, they're private for a reason. And I feel like your nan was like that, okay? She liked her privacy. They both did. But they're very much, where are you going there? But I just feel like sometimes people's dirty laundry gets dragged through. Okay, it gets dragged through the mud and the other stuff. You know, the stuff that cows and horses leave behind. That's what they both say. And so I don't know what's going on in your life at the moment, but it's just knowing that, you know what, you can pick it up, you can put it through the hot wash, and you can clean it. This is a total metaphor, unless it makes sense to you. But okay, but it's just that it's whatever's going on in your life at the moment. You can just, you know, just get rid of the mark, okay, just clean it, as in like get rid of the negative and bring it in with the positive, okay. And yeah, so thank you for that. All right. But they're being very very polite is how they're making me feel, but they're like just going, we get and they're doing that. So they just don't want to say things wrong, or be rude, okay? Because again, it's an open forum, and some people can get very offended. You know, hurty words, I think, is what's going on at the moment. And it's just like, you know what, Grandad says, you know, I say that again. Okay, Nan and Grandad, it's like they're using the same voice, and they're saying, you know, you can tell them to do one. Does that make sense? Okay. As long as you're safe, that's the main thing. All right. That's not me predict anything. You just got to, you know, be logical, be common sensical. Okay. That's Grandad again. Would you understand about him making words out of words, if that makes sense? So being common sense, using common sense, but being sensible. So be common sensible. All right, there you go. And he's just making up these daft words. I will thank you. He's just saying about being a bookworm, and he's just saying about but no, I can't see that. There's something about maggots. Okay. I don't know if somebody around you is called Margaret, but also known as Maggot, maybe. But Margaret is another name, or Maggie. Okay. And 2005 is just giving me the year 2005. Okay. Thank you for that. And okay, where are you going now? He always wants to say as well is, I'll get me tinny out, all right? And he's like a little tin or something. It looks like a little tin. And initially I thought, what is getting you know, like tobacco or something out? But it's this tin thing. It just makes me feel like he's where's my daughter bookworm? Oh, fantastic. All right. So thank you. But it's this little tin, but it smells of like old stuff that used to be in, I think it's old Holborn or whatever. But I feel like he kept money in this tin. And I just feel like I'm just taking it out. But instead of smelling of money, it just smelled of like the tobacco that used to be in there, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay. I will, thank you. And he's just saying, see you tomorrow. All right. See you tomorrow. And he's like, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. And I feel that that's something that was towards the end of his life. He said, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. But he does. And like I said, you see him in the corner of your eye. They're just saying, we're together. We're all right. We're doing the old Kent Road. No, not Kent Road, whatever it is. I can't see it. Won't ignore Kent Road either, or Kent, actually. Doing the old, it's an old East End song, okay? I can't hear it, but it's like he's too busy dancing, and he's pulled his trousers up over his knobbly knees. Your nan is just rolling her eyes, and she's just saying, there's no stopping him now. And I just feel like it was like that for them as well, all right? Used to have tin, used to give us coins and birthday cards. But would you understand about the smell as well? All right. Doing the Lambeth walk. Thank you, Dina. I knew somebody would get it. Thank you. That's what I could get. All right. But he's too busy singing and dancing. He's saying, look at me legs, look at me legs. Don't look at his legs. Okay. But there's something about his legs also. But he's just saying how Free he is, okay? And your nan says, we're getting up on the dance floor now and we're going to have a nice slow dance. And your dad's going, no, we're going to do the Lambeth walk, but it's more like a can, all right? And they're just letting you know that they're okay. They're absolutely grand, all right? And talking about grand, okay? I don't feel this is money-wise. I'd like it to be for you, but you never know. But there's something about grand as well. No idea, I do apologise, but just to let you know that, all right? So, okay, so that's brilliant. So please, please, please take their love and rub it together, they both say, because you never know, it might create more money, all right? Rub it together, all right? So they're just giving you that, okay? They used to always dance. Spot on, wonderful. Okay, so, and you know we love you. And he's just singing, they're both singing now, and I feel like they're both doing this little, arm in arm, but they're doing that, yeah? And they're just saying, we love to love you, baby, that song there. But that's from the 70s, so, yeah, we won't ignore the 70s either. All right, so, okay. So, mwah, to you, mwah, mia bella, okay? And ciao, bambino. There you go. All right. I think Grandad's just trying out his dodgy accent. Okay. But you take care, my lovely. So thank you. Okay. So that's Mia. Right. The other one was Lisa, wasn't it? Okay. So Lisa Bennett, please. Rob, if you can put Lisa up. All right. Okay. So, and what did Lisa want? Who did Lisa want? Let's have a look. Hi, everybody else joining us. So, Lisa, if you're there, Lisa Bennett, come back. Okay. Okay. So, Lisa Bennett there. Okay. Right. Paula Marie Munoz. Okay, we'll come back to you soon, hopefully. Lisa Bennett, Dad Terry, please. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, Dad Terry. Okay, let's have a look at this. If that's your dad in your picture, right, you're only like about that big, okay? This tiny weeny little picture, all right? But that picture, if that's you and your dad, okay, I just feel, because I was just going to say that it's just this man is, it just still feels like he's hugging you and he's still around you, okay? And I don't just say that, oh, he's around you, lovely, he's there. He says, you know I am, don't you? And I feel like I'm just doing that, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm around you and you've got no choice in the matter, because I said I'd come back and show you, okay? I'd come back and give you that evidence. No idea what that evidence is yet, but I feel like that's something you're waiting for. I had one for my dad before he passed, and I feel like I don't feel like I know, but I'm just saying with you, because he's just bringing that memory for me in, okay? And that's your partner, right? He's very lovely. I've not killed him off, right? But would you understand that with your dad, please? That connection with your dad, okay? But we go in there. Thank you. So with my own father, I spent the Sunday before he died early as a Tuesday morning. But I spent that time with my own dad, and I spent that just me and him. Okay. 6 hours of no talking, and until my brother turned up, and then it was just like, oh, my son. And I was like, and I just feel there. This is not me doing a sob story. It's all about me. It's not, Lisa. I'm on about the fact of your connection with dad, but also your brother as well, and your dad loving all of you. But I just feel that hopefully you've got a brother. So just saying that. But there's that connection there, that you had that time with dad on your own before other family came in. Okay, but you had that time, just you and dad. It was just quiet, it was peaceful, and it was just you and him. Would you understand this, please, Lisa? I will, thank you. Because your dad's just saying that quiet time we had, I listened to you, but I don't feel there were words said all through at that time. I just feel like there was just this, our hearts connected, if that makes sense. I will. Can't see if it's yourself or somebody close to you, or even dad. I'm just asking him. He says, no, me. He says, me. Would you understand about he's having like shakes, please? I don't normally have the shakes, but as I sort of did something with my hands just then, but I felt like my left hand was shaking. Not like this. okay. He's just a slight tremble, and I don't know if can't see if he had Parkinson's or whatever, but I just feel there was something about him where he had issues with his shaking and stuff. Okay. Oh, bless you. You sat in the funeral home and said what needed. Yeah, and it's just that. Yeah, but it's that just you and him and that peaceful quiet. Okay, but that's why he's saying, I heard, we heart to heart, because it was releasing, it was letting go as well. Okay, releasing and letting go, same thing, but you know what I mean. Okay, but it's just saying that. I will, thank you. It's just saying about there's something that's making you very nervous or anxious around you at the moment, and he's just saying, because I just started to tune me now. Don't do that, all right? But he's just giving me that. So he's just saying about that anxious, but it's right. Thank you. I don't know if it's yourself, Lisa, or if you've got a young female around you. I don't know if it's a daughter or whatever, but I just feel there, young female around you that is maybe having anxiety problems and that, and just trying to deal and cope with life, but also with grief, with loss, but also friendship loss as well. Okay, just changes, big changes in their lives, and you're taking it all in your stride, but they are trying to deal with it. Okay, and I just feel there. I want to say your dad's just getting the roller out. He says, you know, like the big roller that you put on the grass to squash the grass down. Okay, he's just doing that. Let's flatten it all out and start again, he says. And now he's changed it into a rolling pin, and he's just using that and going across the pastry. Okay, I can't see if dad was a baker, but I just feel that short crust pastry is what he's saying. It's your niece, but thank you very much. Okay, as long as that makes sense. But he's saying about short crust pastry, but he's now making a pie, and he's now saying, you know what? I will. Another metaphor, unless it actually makes sense fully. But he's putting the pie in the he's doing like a I've watched too many cooking shows. But he's saying about the pie, and you can have whatever filling you want in it. All right. And I just feel there that you can put bacon and tomatoes together if you want to. It doesn't matter. It's what it is that you want. Does that make sense to you? Okay. I will, thank you. Would you recognise, please, that he had issues with his skin as well? I don't know if his skin was very dry or is it psoriasis or whatever, but I just feel like I've got a lot of problems with my skin as well. Again, if this isn't him, it's either yourself or somebody very close to you. All right. So he's just showing me that to the skin. It's like he just wants to go through a whole bookload of things. I just want to go through, tell you, I really wish I told you more about my life, he says, before I died, because I just feel like there was so much that I didn't express because I always thought I'd have more time.
Oh, it looks like we've lost Lainey there. I'm sure she'll be back shortly. I don't know what's happened. So let's give her a moment. Good to see everyone online though. Lisa, we'll come back to you soon as we see Lainey again. Hopefully she's not talking to herself and not noticed. Thank you all for joining us tonight though online. Great to have you here with us at Thundersley. Oh, I can see Lainey. Hello. Are you back, Lainey? Yay.
Oh, no, yeah, thank you. I do apologise. Yeah, am I on the main screen? You are, thank you. I do apologise. I touched my screen and did something and it just kicked me out. I do apologise. But would you understand, Lisa, that your dad would have done stuff like that with regards to technology, please? And I feel like I was trying to come to terms with technology, with that communication and the lack of thereby not getting communication quite right. And I just feel there that there's still I will, thank you. It's talking about a mobile phone, and I don't know if somebody is still sending him messages off, or they've kept messages or message from him, but it's to do with the mobile phone and the messages. Would you understand this, please, Lisa? Okay. Okay, I will. And he's just given me Mary as well, please. Mary as a name as well. I'm really sorry about that. Okay. And he hated technology. So thank you for that. But there's something about I don't know if it's Can't see it. I feel it's more like a written message, but just that, because he hated technology. So you get a message from him, meant a lot. I mean, more so now he's gone to spirit, but he's just saying about that. Okay. I just feel there. Before I stupidly cut us all off, obviously showing you how he was with regards to technology, and you've kept all his messages. Thank you. But he's just saying about, I've got it in my pocket. This is not the phone. He's got, it looks like it's in an envelope. He's just saying about, he's got the envelope, he's got it, I've got it in my pocket, he says, if that makes sense to you. And Mary is his mum. Oh, bless. Okay. But yeah, he's got it in I've got it in my pocket, he says, and he's showing me his right hand pocket. Okay. If that makes any sense to you. And it's either in the pocket or by his hand, right hand side. Okay. Okay, I will. Thank you. He's just saying I've got me hair on now, and he's just saying me, not my, but me. And I feel like, I don't know if he's Essex lad, born and bred, but I just feel like there's no airs and graces with him. But he could talk to anybody, and he says I could talk the hind legs off a donkey as well. And he's chuckling at that. All right. I will. Thank you. I love you to the moon and back. And when the full moon comes along or it shines, it suddenly catches your eye. I feel like you stop and you stare at the moon and you talk more to your dad then with that moon. Because I'm looking at the moon and you're looking at the moon. We'll be looking at the same moon together no matter where we are. Okay. And oh, bless you. All right. But it's there. He's just saying, I've got it in my pocket. So he's in his pocket. All right. So. Oh, Birmingham, great accent. Yeah, but you know what I mean? I will not be putting on a dodgy Brummie accent, okay? But it's that. But he's just letting you know, I love you to the moon and back. And wherever we are, you look at that moon and I'll be looking at the same moon. Please take his love, okay? Bit more than that, bit of a squidge as well, all right? And I will, thank you. I don't know if you still got the tin, if that's who I was talking to, but it's saying you've still got it. And I feel like you're putting things in there or nearby, okay, to that tin. It's like I've got a drawer with all these bits and bobs in, memories, not just from him, but others as well. And you put them all in the same drawer, okay? Oh, bless you. All right. I'll leave it at that. So thank you so much, my lovely. I think I've actually come to the end. I'm sorry I didn't get round loads and loads of people, but I truly, truly hope each and every one of you that has watched this and whatever, and my faux pas with the phone, but that was part of the reading. That's what I'll stick to. But know that spirit are always our loved ones, will always be our loved ones, okay? And you see them or you sense them or whatever, you send them, you just feel their love because that's what they have, okay? I will be at Thundersley Christian Spiritualist Church on the 3rd of May for their coffee morning doing private readings. They usually shut me round the corner in the little room, and but I love it in there. Yeah, so that's where I will be on the 3rd of May if you all want to come along and have a private reading there, all right, 15-20 minutes, whatever it is. But anyway, either way, come and support the church, all right? So thank you all so very much, and I love you all. Take care. Thank you, Rob.
Bless you. Thank you, Lainey. Well, we've got Frank's cards, and then we'll come back to you for a closing prayer, as usual, if that's all right.
Thank you.
Perfect. Lovely. Well, a lovely evening there. Some lovely messages, as everyone's saying in the comments. But of course, Lainey can't get round to everyone with a message, so that's why Frank from our church draws 3 animal cards each week from his deck, and that gives us an uplifting thought and a message for the week ahead. So let's see what Frank has for us this week.
Good evening. Our first crystal this evening is the citrine. With that goes the card for the flamingo. Excuse me. Flamingos bring a message from the heart. Whether you're being asked to embrace a trustworthy long-term romantic partner or simply make other important choices about your life. You are guided to quiet your mind and allow your feelings to rule, and put extra love into your actions and your choices, and follow your heart. This card also means a return to good health. Flamingos are very romantic birds. Due to the food they consume, their plumage is usually pink, a colour we associate with the heart and romance. They're extremely flirtatious, but they mate for life, and companionship is important to them. The devotion they display towards their mate makes them an excellent symbol of choosing the perfect person to be in a relationship with. Flamingos often can be seen standing on one leg. This symbolises the ability to maintain balance in your emotional life. It indicates the need to heal from past wounds through forgiveness of yourself and others. The flamingo asks that you live your life with an open, compassionate and generous heart. And our second crystal is the amethyst. With that goes the card for the St. Bernard dog. The St. Bernard is about taking on too much with the weight of the world on your shoulders. Often it's a case of trying to make other people happy by seeing to their needs in an unhealthy way. The St. Bernard asks you to reach out for help for yourself, to delegate. In other words, carve out time for relaxation and play. Bring some balance into your life, lest your own physical health becomes challenged. St. Bernards are wonderful dogs, good-natured with a history of helping others in need, dating back to their days when they worked with the Swiss monks in the 1600s and were bred to be physically strong with a good sense of smell so they could find lost travellers. Today their descendants no longer work in this way or for the monks. Indeed, they work in a Swiss museum where their job is to entertain and play with visitors. This makes them the perfect symbol for you if you've chosen this card, as it brings the message of getting help from others and finding time to enjoy life and getting the balance right between work and play. And our third crystal is the rose quartz. With that goes the card for the Siberian Husky. The Siberian Husky says, "It's over." Those are not the words that bring great joy or sadness. It might be a project, career, or relationship that you're thrilled has come to a close, or perhaps something you weren't expecting to end. Even if the ending has left you feeling uncertain or worried, you probably still knew deep down inside you there was something better waiting for you. You just didn't have the courage to make that change. But endings really do make way for new beginnings, and wonderful opportunities are then possible. So put aside your fears about any changes that the endings might have, and trust that far happier future lies ahead of you. Remember to give gratitude for a successful recovery from your situation, if that's the case. Siberian Huskies are loving, smart and very alert. However, as a breed, they come from one of the harshest locations on Earth. It's no surprise then that they symbolise being able to overcome great challenges and to successfully reach your journey's end, along with the hope that comes from the next chapter in your life. Following their example, you'll be able to take on whatever dream you have in mind with grace and poise. The Siberian Husky on this card has control of her own leash. No one dictates her destiny but her. This is an example for you and asks that you too take charge of your life and hold your own leash and be in control of what is coming next. This dog is also a service dog, so it could be that the next phase of your life may involve being of service to others, or perhaps it's time to be of service to yourself. 3 good cards there, all about getting balance right and all about seeing that things are in the correct location and order. Thank you for listening.
Lovely. Thank you, Frank. Okay, friends, let's go back to Lainey for a closing prayer and then we'll play out the closing Vesper as usual. Thank you, Lainey.
Thank you so much, Rob. I don't know about you lot, but I chose rose quartz, and it's 100% correct. It's just I'm just sitting here chuckling away, thinking, "Yep, that totally understand, totally, yep. Ah, yes." And so woohoo. Anyway, just want to share. Okay, so wherever you are, if it's safe to do so, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes and just feel yourself basking in the love that is spirit. Divine source, guide, spirit friends and loved ones, thank you for working with me and through me, for bringing through love and laughter and upliftment and acceptance, and that pure understanding and joy that our loved ones still are always around us, giving us that inner strength and that hope that there's always something good in our lives. Keep us all safe and well until we meet again. Amen.
Well, a very, very big thank you to Lainey Baine for tonight's service online. And we really look forward to seeing you at the coffee morning, which is the first Saturday of every month. So this time in May, Lainey is there for a one-to-one reading. So please do come down. So thank you, Lainey. Thank you also to Billy Wakelin, our medium in church tonight. I hope you had a good evening in church, Billy. And thank you for serving there. Thank you to Frank for chairing in church tonight. Thank you to Peter for the Bible reading. Thank you again to Frank for your cards at the end. Thank you everyone that watched along tonight and joined us online. It's really good to have you with us, and I hope you can join us again next Sunday. at the same time, 6:30. But until then, have a great week and take care. Good night.